Have them on the show. Folks, start clapping now for Tristan Miller.
I don't know why. I think I have nothing to do with France. Zut alors. Hey, thanks for coming out. Beat the weather. Yeah, that's generally a call and response. Just get right into it. Trusting a fart you shouldn't. I've done it. We've all done it, I feel like. I did it on a ladder. Gotta tell you, nothing worse than a shard up a ladder. I mean, it's so bad it sounds like a southern folksism, you know? Nothing worse than a shard up a ladder, let me tell you. But it was deeply uncomfortable because I was also at work. So I had to turn to my boss and be like, listen, I know we got a line out the door, but I'm going to need 15 to 20 minutes to cry in the bathroom. The shame, the embarrassment, I had to just feel like, here's the thing, I didn't have an extra pair of underwear and I wasn't in a financial position to buy one. I had to power through that. It was awful. Yeah, that blast pit's not true, but it did make you go, ugh, so I stay winning, I guess. My God. Yeah, there's often a fart you shouldn't trust. And the parts are like politicians. Don't trust them. The Devil Wears Prada, great film. The Devil Wears Prada, great film. Yeah. In the Actors on Actors, it's Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt doing the Variety Actors on Actors interview. And they go through a whole just them reminiscing about that film. It's quite charming, quite cute. And I didn't realize that Anne Hathaway has just the most grating, beautiful chortle I've ever heard. She laughs so loudly and so beautifully. I was like, didn't think I could be attracted to you more. And then she's like, "Gaha!" And I was like, "Yes! Mommy!" Devil Wears Prada, great film. Did give me bad advice about eating just a cube of cheese a day, though. It says your top porn search. So, that's always the thing with these questions is like, I assume they mean me. But then it would be my top porn search, not your top porn search. I gotta say, I'm not gonna tell you what my top porn search is because it's a person's name. Person who works in the industry. It's not like I'm being like, oh, Anne Hathaway. No, but I will say this. I do think that hentai is the most ethical porn you can consume, probably. Because the only real, evil part of that is Japanese workers being overworked. And if we're being honest, that was probably going to happen anyway. The work culture there, the work-life balance, it's not great, if you don't know. But my top porn search, I feel like there's a lot of step sibling play, and a lot of people are grossed out by that, and I kind of understand, but number one, they're not blood relatives. Calm down. Number two, it's not real. It's fine. They're just actors. I don't get mad when someone stabs someone in a Marvel movie. I don't go, hey. Hey, by the way, hey, I mean, I guess there are people that do get upset by that. I remember growing up, my mother would pay too much attention to the FocusOnTheFamily.com website. A round of applause for Focus on the Family. Man, is it a round if it's one person and it's sad? Because if that's the case, I've received many applause breaks in my time. And it's me in the corner. I really want, there's one that people keep going, no, and putting it back, and I want to know what this phantom clue is. Enlightenment. I meditate when I remember. I meditate. I do think you can get a form of enlightenment by meditating. I think there's a lot of ways you can enlighten yourself. Number one, go on a diet. If you want the opposite, you can embiggen yourself by indulging too much. But I do think you can achieve enlightenment also through doing acts of service, which is what I've convinced other people this is. To somehow obfuscate my narcissism. But yeah, I think you can seek enlightenment a lot of different places. I think it comes often when you're not expecting it, and that's why it's so damn annoying. It's because you just have a moment of clarity, and you're like, but I was thinking about Star Wars 5 minutes ago, but now I know how to deal with my own death. Fucking hell. Okay. A gig you wish you hadn't gotten. This one, no. A gig you wish you hadn't gotten. So I talked about how I shat myself earlier. I've told this story before on this show, but I did do a gig at the School of Visual Arts, and I shat myself on the way to that. The coffee kicked in at the wrong time, I was running late, and then I made 2 fatal mistakes. The first one was that I tried to stop for a restroom, and I chose a bank. Really fucking on me. And then the other thing is I jogged because I was getting, it was happening, and I was like, okay, I have to hurry up, and then that shook everything loose, and then 5 feet from the thing, and it was bad. And I had to do an acting gig opposite a partner, knowing that I'm just free-balling and full of shame. Dildos. Don't get me started. I think they're your friend. I think dildos are your friend. I think no matter how you encounter them in the world, they're meant to be a good thing. Unless, of course, they're a prank, but even then it's like a little bit of cheeky fun, isn't it? Finding a random dildo. But I think there's like a lot of concern about being emasculated by a dildo, and I'm like, well, it doesn't have a pulse. You're fine. I'm gonna do one more. Alternative birth methods. Like cell division? What are we talking about? Alternative birth methods?
Not at the hospital.
I guess not at the hospital. I mean, it's how we've been doing it for most of the time. So really, the alternative is like, the hospital's the alternative. For thousands of years, it would just happen. And then you'd be like, oh, another one. Fucking great. I'm turning into Willy Wonka, and I don't know. Thank you so much for your time.
Tristan Miller, everybody.
One quick thing, if you don't mind. A dildo can